everyone, and welcome back to my channel. And in today's video I'm going to be doing another holiday look. This one's a little bit more on the smoky side, so I went ahead and used some very intense dark eyeshadows along and did a very sparkly in your face, well, kind of in your face, inner circle, inner corner. So if you guys want to see how I got this look, keep on watching. So I already went ahead and primed my face for this look, and for the primer I used the Milani Rose primer. I am not gonna lie, I do love this primer. This is like a very hydrating primer. Definitely will be repurchasing this primer once I run out. Favorite drugstore primer. Now moving on to the foundation, which I will be using the NYX Born to Glow, and I'm in the shade Buff. Applying this, I think I'm about to run out of this foundation here. The lovely sound right there. So I will be applying this to my face. Make sure that we get enough. So to blend this out, I will be using the NYX Cosmetics Total Cover. I think it's a total coverage sponge. I actually do like these sponges a lot. Move on to blending out my foundation. Now moving on to my brows. Let me just find my brow pencil. All right, so moving on to brows, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Brow Ultra Slim, and I am in the shade medium brown. I do actually like this. I do like this brow pencil a lot. I feel like later on I'm gonna invest more in drugstore brow products, just because I do tend to stick to my usual benefit products, like the Give Me Brow, and then the Precisely My Brow, or if not, the Fenty Beauty Brow MVP. So I need to switch it up a little bit. So gonna like do my brows now. Before I can continue on, to clean out my brows for concealer, I will be using the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. This is honestly my favorite drugstore concealer of all times. So for my eye look today, I'm actually going to be using the NYX Ultimate Shadow Palette, and this is the Ultimate Utopia. I picked this up, I think about a couple months, I think back in October, and I was supposed to use this in a YouTube tutorial for drugstore, but I never did bother, so now I'm doing it today. So look at the beautiful colors in here. This is like a match of like some cool tones here, some nice warm tone peachy colors. So it's I like this palette. I've used this before in an Instagram post. It was just like a very simple eye look. So yeah, look, today I'm actually going to be using these darker shadows, and then, or maybe like these two shadows here, and then possibly using this one or this one here for the inner corner, just so that way we have like that beautiful matte, we have that beautiful dark matte look, but then beautiful matte look, and then like that very shimmery inner corner. So that's pretty much what I will be doing for today's look. And I already went ahead and primed my eyes using, again, my favorite eyeshadow primer from Milani. So I will be going in with my Sigma E40 brush. I think I will start with this little kind of like mossy green or olive green shadow on my crease, just so that way we can just so that way I have a light color, so when I go in with this darker color, it's not too intense. Looking at this shadow close, and it looks, so on the pan it looks like a mossy green color, but when I put this on, it kind of turns into like this dark blue green shadow. So I don't know. All right, so now I will be taking the same brush and just be going in with this color here. We're not going to go too heavy-handed on this, so let me just, I will try and use Okay, so definitely there is that pigmentation here. So I just went in with like the slightest tap, and if you guys can see, like, look how bluish. Like, I'm gonna be using a MAC 246 brush. I don't know if this is still available, but I got this on sale at Nordstrom. And I'm gonna be now moving on to this shade here. So we're gonna create this very intense, like dark, like this intense, like purpley shade. As I said, we're gonna do like a very intense, like lid, crease and lid, and then inner corner we're gonna do some shimmer in it. And this is of course for the holidays, if you guys want to go the untraditional route. I feel like holiday makeup in general is like either like gold eye, which I did already, like a gold eye with like a red lip. I mean, I did like a bold wine lip. I feel like that's the eye, or like go in with the traditional cliche, like the traditional cliche colors of like, oh, let's just do green red. Like that's how I feel like, or like a green eye with like red lip. That's pretty much, I feel like that is like so much the cliche, but in this channel I like to use color as much as I can. And I'm gonna use the same blending brush I use and whatever product is on there. So Sarah will be using it, and basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna blend out the crease just so that way you're not seeing those two contrasting colors, or that way it's not being so blended. Because I'm blending this out, I'm not creating that transition or that gradient. I'm gonna move a little bit closer so there is that gradient there. Okay, so right now I'm just gonna leave it like this. I know it looks a little bit crazy, but you know, once we have everything done, it will look okay. So now I will be moving on to my concealers, and these are the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealers for under eye and all over brightening. It's gonna be the shade light beige, and then for my spot concealer I will be using medium sand. Okay, so that's the spot concealing. To now move forward with the under eye brightening. It's like that lovely sound. So, usual areas, the chin, my forehead, rid of my nose, and then we're gonna go in and use slight bit under my eyes, tip of the e.l.f. sponge, lightly blend this out. When I finish blending out my under eye, I am gonna powder parts of my face. For my setting powder, I will be using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Translucent Powder. Don't mind this, I was using, I think this was concealed when I was doing this cut crease. So I think it was on an IGTV that was doing this. So I'm gonna take this one. I've not used this one in a while since I purchased it. So dip my sponge and then take off all of the excess and just start powdering where you need powder. Okay, so now that I'm done setting my face, now we're gonna continue on with the eyes. So today I will be using a black eyeliner, and this is from Maybelline, the Long, Lasting Drama Waterproof gel pencil. I've been using this pencil for years, and I've actually been using their this eyeliner for years, and so far I've not been disappointed. So I will be smudging it out there. And again, we're going to create that smoky effect under the eye as well. So now we'll be using this shade here to go under my eye. Now I will be using that same exact E40 brush, that I will be taking that olive green shade that doesn't look olive green, and we're just gonna lightly blend out the bottom part Moving on to mascara. So for my mascara today, I will be using another one of my favorite ones, which is the Maybelline the Falsies Lashlift. You guys have seen it in maybe a couple of videos. So I will be using this today. So basically, as you guys can kind of already see right here, this is already an intense, like very dark, kind of like smoky eye. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in and put in so I'll be going in and try to put in like make my inner corners like very bold and shimmery, just so that we have like that contrast right there, where we have like a dark eye and then it slowly has that hint of shimmer on there. So for that, I kind of want to do like this gold eye. I'm going to use this gold shadow here. So I will be using the Morphe Jaclyn Hill brush. This is the JH41. So take this gold shadow. First, we're going to test it out this way and see if it picks up anything, because a lot of times with shimmers you have to like use like some sort of setting spray. You have to use some sort of setting spray in order to like make these things pop, or oftentimes use your fingers. So let's just see how this works. Hopefully. I think I regret now putting on mascara. Let's see if it works out. Okay, so I think it is working out. Okay, so it kind of is working out. I'm now regretting my decision to put on mascara prior to putting on the shadow. Okay, I will be going in with the clean side and see if I can blend this out. Packing on maybe one more time this color here. See if it works out okay. Just so that way we can get it to be noticeable at least a little bit more in the inner corner. Okay, so I think we're getting there. All right, so now that we've completed that, we're gonna move on to lashes, and I will be taking my tried and true favorite lashes of all time, or my favorite drugstore lashes of all time. These are the Ardell 207, or the Double Up 207s. I realize I've been saying the name of this wrong. So yeah, we'll be putting on these bad boys, and that will be it for the eye look. And then we can move on to bronzer and blush and lips, and yeah. Okay, so I think this is how much white lashes are gonna stay on. So yeah, lashes are now done. So now I'm gonna move on to now the rest of my face. So for my bronzer, I'm gonna be using the L'Oreal Bronze Please bronzer. So this is kind of like I kind of want to say this is like a shimmery type of bronzer. So we'll be using my BH Cosmetics, and this is the number 2 brush from their Rose Quartz collection. I already used this bronzer. I mean, I've been using this brush before. For my blush, I'm moving now. I'm going to be using the Revlon. So it's a Revlon powder blush. This is in the shade Rosy Rendezvous. Ooh. Okay, definitely learn. Not going too crazy with this. All right, so now moving on, I will be using the Maybelline Master Chrome, and this is their highlighter in Molten Gold. I've had this one for a while and I do like it. I wish I use it more. Start the highlight. I put in some more just so that way I can glow to the gods. Yes. Look at this highlighter here. Right. Like this highlighter here is definitely like this. You wouldn't be surprised. You would not believe that this would be a drugstore highlighter, but dang, like that is some highlighter vibes right there. So moving on to the rest of my face, I'm gonna put a little bit tiny more on my forehead. Can we just like take a moment to see like how amazing this drugstore highlighter is? Like, I know it's been out for a good while, but definitely one of my favorite highlighters, and especially from the drugstore. I'm gonna go in again with my blush brush, and then just to mix to put on more blush usually on this side because I always notice I tend to go in with like a thicker stripe there than I would. Probably go here too. Like, let me turn over here. Like, can we just like appreciate how intense this highlighter looks? Like, for real. Okay. So now, before I move on to lips, I will be setting my face. For setting spray, I'm going to be using the what is it? The Make It Last setting spray. This is actually their limited edition scents from the summer. Let me just spray it here just to make sure. Now move forward. Now we're gonna move forward and set. Set everything. Give it a little bit. This highlighter is getting more intense as I move forward. For my lips, I'm actually gonna be using one of my favorite lip liners, or drugstore lip liners. I'm gonna be using the NYX lip liner. This is in natural, and then also for lipstick, I will be using a Maybelline lipstick. This is in the shade Nude Lust, like nude. And the great thing about this is it's kind of like a beige nude. It's not like a pinky nude. So I mean, you could go with a pinky nude if you want, but I rather use the beige one here. So I'm gonna line my lips. Okay. Now we're going to move on now with the lips. I feel like I could have gone darker with a little bit slight darker with the lipstick, but I don't have darker lipsticks, I wish, or darker drugstore lipsticks. Okay everyone, so now this is the completed look. I'm not gonna lie, I do love how this came out. So if you guys enjoyed this lovely tutorial, you guys want to know more, then, or you guys want to see more of my content, then please give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you hit the subscribe button before you leave, and also at the same time too, make sure you hit the notification bell to be notified of all of my upcoming uploads. And yeah, right now I am about to finish getting ready. I have bacon and pancakes ready for calling my name, and a cup of coffee. So yeah, see you guys next time. Bye.